to be the only restaurant in town where a vampire, even on Friday the 13th, wouldn't make a reservation. And after an unlucky day, our date tonight's hoping for a bit of luck on the love line, so give him a call now on 071 757 7000. And with all this garlic around, he's hoping to sink his teeth into the first girl that calls, aren't you, Dave?
Absolutely.
That is, unless I get there first.
Looks like love at first bite.
3, 2, 1, live. Bass. Down midnight. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday the 13th. Just when you thought it was safe to watch Anastasia Cook and Samantha Norman.
Welcome to Dial Midnight, and we hope you've had a disaster-free day, but no signs of relief yet. There's 18 minutes to go, and anything can happen.
And knowing the show, it probably will, so fasten your seatbelts for another bumpy night.
And if you're wondering how to stop any relatives from coming back to haunt you, or your furniture from flying around the room, our special guest tonight is a ghost investigator who can solve all your supernatural problems.
We'll also be discussing the pros and cons of the single scene, and we'll be introducing you to some new bands and comedy acts, but first, take a look at this.
Raver Dave is tonight's luscious Loveline contender, so if you want some excitement with a male stripper, get dialing now.
And on the debate tonight, we take a look at the dating scene and ask, do we need professional help to find love?
If you've got a ghost lurking in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Dial Midnight, because we've got a Ghostbuster for you later in the show.
And keeping you up to date with the latest cinema releases, the competition this week looks at Kenneth Branagh's latest film, Peter's Friends.
And for our message line, we've got an exclusive by raunchy soul singer, Innocence. Time now for our love line. So ring 071 757 7000 because our contender tonight is Dave. He's 31, a builder by day and a stripper by night. So girls, if you can handle this mean, lean dance machine, run to the phones now and declare yourselves. But remember, you've got to be brave enough to let him into your house and whisk you back into the studios before the end of the show. Welcome, Dave. Dave, I'm intrigued to know, how did you get into the male stripping business?
It happened at Vogue where I was dancing, just dancing in a nightclub. People started watching, and the manager approached me and said, can you get us a strip team together? So within like 4 or 5 days, bang, it was on the road.
But you don't do it full time, do you?
No.
No?
I'm dirty by day, building, whistling at the girls from the scaffold.
And what kind of girl are you looking for tonight?
Something like Kelly LeBrock, or something like you would do, I suppose, really.
But has she got to be, I mean, very beautiful looking, full lips, this sort of thing?
Sort
yeah?
of thing. Not jealous, because the worst thing in this business is jealousy.
Oh, right. Well, she couldn't be, could she, watching you strip off in front of millions of girls. But why are you on here tonight? You must have thousands of girls sort of flinging themselves at you each night. No?
You never get any time. You're always rehearsing, doing something. You never get any time to chat to women, really.
But has this girl got to have a brain too, or do you get scared off by that sort of thing? No?
We'll go for the brain later on. Let's talk about the body first.
The body first. So she's got to be body beautiful. And where are you going to take this date? If you could take her anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Where would I take her?
Yeah.
Where would she take me? If you...
Oh, right. Just got to have a bit of money then.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let's get the calls now. We've got Sarah from Streatham. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Sarah.
Why
Here I am, baby.
What are you going to ask Sarah?
What am I going to ask her?
Yeah.
Are you gorgeous or a monster? What's happening?
Oh, well, of course I'm gorgeous.
Yeah?
I hate lies.
Sorry, Sarah, off you go. Catherine from Kentish Town. Hello, Catherine.
All right, Dave.
Yeah?
All right.
Oh, my God, she's Scottish.
Catherine.
I'm not Scottish.
Where are you from?
I'm from Liverpool.
Oh, my God. All right. How's it going, lass? All right.
It's going all right, Dave. Dave, you can put me in your yard anytime.
Anytime, sweetheart. She sounds good.
No? What do you want to do? No? No, we don't, sorry.
I hate early call it too eager. Why are you so eager?
Well, they've had a few minutes to sort of goggle at you. Sheila from Swiss Cottage, hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Sheila.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine.
What do you think of Dave?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah?
What do you like about Dave?
Everything.
Yeah? Okay.
Put her on hold straight away. Just ask her questions.
What have you got to offer her? Come on, what's going to make you such a wonderful date?
Come
Come on.
I'll take you anywhere
on. Right.
as long as you show me a good time afterwards, if you know what I mean.
Definitely.
I can't stand spending money. Do you know what I mean? You spend money on all these dates and nothing happens.
What are you going to do with her? Hold or pass?
We'll hold her. She likes everything about me.
Does she?
Stupid.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda from Islington. Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
Hi.
Amanda, how are
Hello,
you?
Dave.
Oh, how are you? Is your name Amanda or Sharon?
Amanda.
Oh, hello.
I'm an Essex girl.
Really? You wear short skirts and white shoes?
I'm a traffic warden.
Oh, stop. Get out. There's too many parking tickets of you, love.
I'll give you a parking ticket.
Anytime.
I'll give you a smack on the bum as well.
Off you go. Yeah, come on, I think we need to hot things up a bit. Do you want to give us a little twirl and see what you, just give us a little taste
can't
of
hear
what
no
you
music.
do. Yeah, come on. See what you do. Yes. Yes. What do you think? What do you think? More? Are we disappointed? Yeah, very good. And that's just the taste. How far do you go?
How far they scream is near enough to...
How far they scream? You didn't scream loud enough.
At Vogue every Thursday you see the lot.
Back to calls. Let's see what the telephones are doing now. We've got Debbie from Mile End. Hello, Debbie.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
Hello,
what do you think
Debbie.
of that, Debbie?
Can I have a look at those cheeks again, please?
Those what?
Those cheeks.
Those cheeks. What cheeks?
Those cheeks.
And the
Sorry I've
fat.
had, Deb.
Have you had any extensions anywhere or cosmetic surgery? We've been doing a lot of this recently.
No, I haven't.
That's all
I
real.
do shave a little bit. Yeah.
I assure you it's all...
Yeah, it looks real to me.
What are we going to do with Debbie?
Debbie, what do you look like? Truth.
What does it look like? Normal. Pretty normal, please.
Oh, come on,
Do we
tell
like normal
yourself.
girls?
All right, just above average.
All right, above average would do. Put her on.
Yeah, we want Debbie. Okay, Debbie's on hold. Have we got any more calls? No? Any more calls? Oh, dear.
Bloody hell. Bloody Mark.
You're not doing too bad. Christine from Battersea, she's saved the day. Hi, Christine.
Hello.
We've got two on hold. You've got to sell yourself here.
Oh, right.
Yeah?
Well, I'm a district nurse and I've just finished work. And I've switched the television off and there you are.
What do you work as, sweetheart?
I'm a district nurse. I just finished
A
work.
nurse?
Yeah, I just come
You-
in from work.
Have you got a little white coat on?
I'm sitting here in my uniform, ready to go.
How old are you, sweetheart? How old are you, sweetheart?
I'm 29.
How old?
29.
Definitely put you on hold.
Oh, you're...
Bloody, I love nurses.
My husband's asleep
Oh,
in bed.
don't
And
stop. Bloody husband.
No, sorry, we can't have you. Have you really got a husband?
he's asleep. He's out for the world. He is.
You're asleep, it doesn't matter.
Let's go to Roxanne from London Bridge. We can't have you. Roxanne?
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Roxanne.
Hi, I'm sure you remember me. I met you in Zelon a while ago, remember?
Oh, my God, put her on... Definitely put her on hold. It's one hot woman, I'm telling you. It's one hot woman.
Are we going to allow that?
Roxanne, are you a lawyer?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, it's me.
Oh, my God, put her on hold.
You want her
You're
on
going
hold?
round there, go on.
No, that...
I know, it's a treat, yeah, it's a treat.
Okay, so we got Roxanne on hold. We're going to go with that, yeah? What? Oh, sorry, we can't have Roxanne, you know her.
I don't.
Okay, we got Barry from Barnet. Who's Barry?
Barry, behave yourself.
I'm trying to.
Right, what do you want to know, Belle?
How do you
Where'd
feel
you get
about
that
talking
from?
to Barry?
Sorry?
Where'd you get that body?
Where'd I get it?
He's
Down the
jealous.
bloody gym. Down the gym, Belle.
Brilliant. I'm looking at you here on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want one.
But you're not a possible date, so you've got
Not
to
really,
go.
huh?
No, we're
Well,
running
no,
out of time. Sorry, Barry.
I'd like... Oh.
You quite like a date.
Barry, all your life, mate. He's got problems, he's got problems.
I'm sorry, Barry. We've got to go. We've got Sheila from Swiss Cottage, Debbie from Marland, and Roxy from London Bridge. So what are you going to do? Which one's it going to be? We've got Sheila from Swiss Cottage. Sheila, are you on the line? Can we have a quick word? Sheila?
Gone home.
Has she gone?
Hello?
Hi, Sheila.
Hello?
Do you want one quick word?
Yeah, how old are you, Sheila?
27.
27. Are you above average?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
Go for Sheila.
Are you going to go
Go
with
for Sheila,
Sheila?
yeah.
You're going to go with Sheila.
Definitely.
Sheila, he's chosen you.
Great.
Yeah?
Good.
Now listen.
If you're a monster, you're dead.
Swiss Cottage, that'll take about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. So, how are you looking? You've got 20 minutes to get yourself ready, get your
Sheila,
face
come
on.
on.
You've got some champagne, some roses. Off you go, Dave. Good luck. See you.
Come on, Sheila, I'm waiting for you, darling. Oh, Sheila, hang on.
Well, I hope Sheila isn't a feminist. Anyway, time for some music now, and I'm delighted to introduce Guida de Palma. I'm afraid the old rules still apply. If you want to hear her play again later in the show, dial 0891 100 101. But if you don't, dial 0891 100 102. But without further ado, a big round of applause for Guida de Palma.
Whatever you do, you've got to fight, and you've got to be ready on the line. You've got to work and work, put your money to the bone, and when you get on to it, you'll start to move the world. Get up, do your thing. Stand up, do your thing.
Everybody do your thing.
Get up, do your thing. Stand up, do your thing.
Everybody do your thing.
Wherever you go, you face the test. You've got to show them you're the best. You've been holding back for far too long. Come on, get up, fix the score and start spread the word. Get up, do your thing. Stand up, do your thing.
Everybody do your thing.
Get up, do your thing. Stand up, do your thing.
Everybody do your thing. Everybody do your thing.
Get up, do your thing. Stand up, do your thing.
Everybody do your thing.
Come on now, do your thing, y'all. Ah, you know that you can go now. Yes, you do.
And now for the moment of the televote result. Not even
it for me? Is it time for me? Time for the competition here, and here's a clip from Peter's Friends. To whet your appetite before I pose tonight's question, look at this.
Oh, catch of the day is married, is he? Brian married?
Not really. He wants to divorce her. He left her once before he met me, for a whole weekend.
Wowee.
They don't sleep together.
No.
They don't. He was going to tell her about me last week, but he didn't want to spoil Christmas for the kid.
They've got a kid.
A little boy. That's why he didn't leave her years ago, for Nicholas's sake.
Sarah.
I don't know how she found out he was here. She thinks he's rehearsing in Reading. Don't you think we look great together?
You never change, do you?
What do you mean?
Don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not condemning you. I hope it works out, but I mean, I just don't know where you find the energy. I mean, me, I can barely get round the supermarket.
Okay, now, Emma Thompson, star of Peter's Friends, thank you very much indeed, is married to one of the other stars of the film. Now, is it number 1, Stephen Fry, 2, Kenneth Branagh, or 3, Hugh Laurie? The number to call, if you know the answer, is 0891 500 175. You get this rather delightful bag, and all sorts of goodies that you can, if you want, make a noise. You're not all dead. You get this lovely telephone, which we'll be calling somebody up on later, I'm sure, and you get one of these. And there's all sorts of other things in here, but we'll talk about those a little later on, okay? Now, Samantha.
Thank you, James. The question for tonight's debate is, do we need dating agencies? We want to hear from you, so call 071 757 7000. Now, according to a recent survey, there are now more single people than ever before in Britain, with single-person households accounting for about 26% of the population, which implies that either people are just preferring to remain single these days, or something's happened to society and people aren't able to meet easily anymore. If the latter's true, it could account for the fact that over 200,000 people pass through the doors of dating agencies every year. But before we get into the debate, take a look at this, a new concept called dream dating for the seriously sociophobic, whose pursuit of romance extends no further than their own television screens.
This is the start of your dream date. Press any key to continue.
Good evening. Won't you come in? May I take your coat?
That's all right, Fortescue. You can leave it to me.
Are you happy with your dream date?
Allow me. Ooh, what a terrific outfit. You look great in Armani. Of course, you look great in anything. You'll have to excuse this. You're a little early, I think, and you've caught me in the middle of my workout. Fortescue, can you do supper for 8:15, please?
Of course, sir.
Fortescue is a marvelous cook, aren't you, Fortescue?
You're too kind, sir. I merely dabble a little.
Come through.
Yeah. Anyway, now meet my guest, Caroline Coon, an artist who believes that singledom is best and that institutions like dating agencies prey on vulnerable people. Mary Balfour, owner of the upmarket dating agency Drawing Down the Moon, and Daniel Clare, a single man and dating agency user. Welcome. Now, Caroline, I'm going to start with you. You vowed, age 13, to remain single, and you've stayed that way. Can you tell me why?
There's very many reasons why, but I think essentially because I heard when I was 13 the way that people discussed wives, and I thought I certainly didn't want to be one of those. When I was 16, I've had the same accountant since I was 16, and he said to me that certainly for tax reasons you shouldn't get married. Mm-hmm. And then I guess from then on, having one's own home, having people move into your home, having to ask them to move out again occasionally, it was pretty obvious that I wasn't going to be very happy in a marriage.
So what do you feel about people who are out there? I mean, you've obviously eschewed relationships, people who would like them but can't find them.
I haven't eschewed relationships. I think it's a myth that because you want to have your own home and be happy in your own environment where you feel safe and when you have control over your own income, that you're not having relationships. I think one of the reasons to remain single is because you have better and more relationships.
Right, but what about, let me rephrase that question, thank you. What about the people out there who are single and unhappy about it?
I'm not sure that, I think maybe the dating agencies are talking about a myth that people who are single out there are unhappy about it. I do think that it's quite interesting that if a person is single and that you are wanting to meet somebody, that nowadays we haven't got the skills to ask for what we want nicely and to be able to accept no with good grace. And I think that if there were more agencies which were teaching people social skills, the modern social skills, then perhaps if there is anybody out there who's very unhappy about being single, then that's all you need to know.
Thank you. Right, Mary, how do you react to what Caroline has said?
Well, first of all, I would agree with her if she's talking about these awful dependent sort of relationships where people are stuck together like glue. But if you're talking about, shall we say, a cooperative relationship where people are fairly equal and look after their own space as well as each other's needs, then I think that's a completely different kettle of fish. And I think there are lots of people out there who are quite capable of going into these sort of relationships. But, you know, it really is so difficult to actually find the opportunities to meet people.
Why is it? I mean, is this a sudden thing?
Well, I think there are many reasons for it. I think people are just leaving it till later in life, aren't they? Till perhaps they've got their job settled or whatever. I mean, now we have birth control, all of this is possible. And after you're about 26 or 27, the whole world is in couples. And that's, you know, if you want to...
I don't think that's true. See, I think that's a myth that's being perpetuated by establishment, orthodoxy, corporate world. And certainly there was a survey which was published today to say that in London or in the South there are more single households than there's ever been in the whole world. And I think that says something very important.
But is that by choice?
Obviously it's by choice.
No, I don't think you can say it's by choice. The problem is that
I
people
think
can't
that's a very
get together.
patronising thing to say about people who decide
No,
to
I'm
live
not.
alone.
I'm not making a judgment. I'm making this as the result of my experience. People come to me who say, "Look, you know, I'm 31, I'm 32, and I have lots of friends. I choose perhaps to live on my own at the moment, but I want to get into a relationship, and there's nobody that I know that's actually single and available and looking for a relationship." And this is what they say to me. And it's a problem.
Can I just bring Daniel in on this? Now, Daniel, from a man's point of view,
Yes.
what's it like up there?
I don't think it's impossible to find relationships without joining dating agencies. I mean, I think it's one of a number of options that are out there. And certainly when I joined the dating agency, it wasn't because I felt desperate. It wasn't because I didn't feel that there wasn't any other way of finding. I just thought it was another avenue
But
that was worth
presumably
exploring.
you do have to be a bit desperate to join a dating agency.
No, I don't.
It's a
No,
kind
I
of last
don't.
resort.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just totally disagree, because I think you still need to make relationships work. If anybody you meet in a dating agency, you've still got to go through the process of getting to know people.
So is it
And again, if
laziness
you haven't
then?
got social skills, even joining a dating agency, I don't think will enable you to form a relationship.
Is it laziness then that forced you to join the agency?
It wasn't laziness. I think it was, I say, another avenue to explore, and I think a way of perhaps meeting types of people that I wouldn't meet in my normal working and social life.
Have you ever had a relationship?
Yeah, several of different types.
Is he...
You can take that.
I think
take
this
that
is
as
getting
take
very
that
personal.
personally.
Then what went wrong?
Nothing went wrong as such. I mean, they lasted a period, and for various reasons, those relationships ended.
Do you know what the reasons are?
Yeah, one, the relationship ran its course. Another reason I decided to end it. You know,
Let's go to the calls on that note. We've got Steve from Sutton. Hi, Steve.
Hello there, good evening.
Good evening.
My point really is that I think dating agencies are part of the problem rather than the answer.
Why?
Well, I think basically human nature is polygamous and unreliable in this monogamous sense, and we all get carried away with the myth of this healthy completeness of coupledom, if you like.
And it is a myth.
I think so, yes, and I think it's one that we can't live up to as human beings. It's against our human nature, and we're aspiring to something which we just can't achieve.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Mary, what do you say to that?
I think for some people who want to stay single, that's absolutely right, providing they're making a choice in the matter. But for people who stay single because they're either frightened of getting into relationships or can't get into them, or just can't meet people, that's terrible. It's just as bad as being in a relationship and frightened to leave it because you're frightened of being single, shall we say.
I think if you're frightened of being single, then you'll never be able to have a good relationship.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more.
I think that what people are finding most of the women that I know earn their own money, have their own homes, and can choose exactly who they're going to have into the house, how often, how they're going to live the rest of their lives. And I don't think that couples now are really going to be the way that we're going to live in future. I think having single relationships, having many relationships, having many parents, perhaps if you're in a group where you're going to have children, is the mode of the future.
Also, why can't you meet those people through dating agencies? You're implying that people that join dating agencies do it because they want to form a relationship that is going to see them through for the rest of their life. That may be a reason why some people join dating agencies.
I don't think the dating agencies. If I thought the dating agency was successful, if I had ever met anybody who had met a compatible person in a dating agency, I think that one would say that it was a good idea. But most of the people who find it difficult to make relationships haven't got the social skills, don't know how to ask for what they want nicely and accept no with good grace.
Right, let's go to Bruce from Upminster.
Yes, love. I met my fiancée through the paper. Now, I didn't have time. I can't go into all the details at the moment.
Right.
I didn't have time to get out because I've got 3 kids to look after.
So this endorses what Mary was saying, doesn't it? That it's all to do with not having enough time, and that dating agencies facilitate that.
Yes and no, but we're now engaged to be married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I can't see anything wrong with dating agencies. I mean, if somebody's, possibly I was fortunate. I met a young lady that she suits me and I suit her.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce.
I can't see anything wrong with that.
Thank you. We're very happy for you. Thank you for calling. Mary,
I think that most of the people who come forward to introduction agencies these days are fairly independent people with their own lifestyle, and they're well able to make their own needs known in any situation. And it's this sort of person who's looking for a cooperative relationship, not this dependent one, which I think Caroline has a vision of, which saps your energy and your individuality. They're looking for a relationship where both people can have their needs met and can do their own thing.
Perhaps, Caroline, are you being a bit old-fashioned, thinking that men haven't changed very much? Perhaps there is more independence in relationships.
That's very good. Perhaps I am. No, but I think that the idea that men have changed a lot is not. It's certainly men over 45 haven't changed a lot. And I think that younger men are changing somewhat. But I still think that they find they find women who are strong, independent, have their own homes quite threatening. Otherwise, why aren't women who are living singly more prepared to talk about it? I think that single women, or even single men, pose quite a threat to orthodoxy, pose quite a threat to what's expected of people in the corporate industry. And I think that this, in a sense, single people are a growing silent majority.
But aren't these the very people that are joining dating agencies? Single, independent people, both male and female, who are, as part of making choices about their life, are saying, this is one of the things I want to do.
Well, let's see. Let's have a word from Steve from Enfield.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, I find it very hard to get in touch with these dating agencies. I'm very embarrassed in these sort of things.
You'd like to join one?
Yeah, I'd like to join one, but when I've like took an out girls before, I'm a very embarrassing person. I get very shy. It's very hard for me. I'm 29.
You're young yet?
Yeah, I'm still young, but I'm still a virgin.
Oh. Well, there's not much I can do about it at the moment, but maybe Mary can give you some advice.
Is that possible?
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
Well, I think the thing that everybody has their own style of life, and some people start later than others. Better late than never. I would suggest that what he does is he rings up the ABIA, the Association of British Introduction Agencies, and asks them for a list of agencies, and goes and has a chat with one of them and hopes that he will be able to meet some people through this.
ABIA then. Kim from Southampton.
Hello.
Hello, Kim.
Hello. I'd just like to say to Caroline, that I don't agree with what she's saying about being married. Friends saying that she shouldn't be married, stay away from marriage. I'm 31 years old. I've got 3 lovely children and a lovely husband. I go out every week with my friends who are all single, and they all say to me, I wish I could be like you. You know, you've got somebody to go home to. There's nothing wrong with being married. And I don't agree with dating agencies, yes. I've got friends that all go out and meet different fellows every week.
Thanks very much. I think we've got the point. Okay, we'll move on to Mark from Hackney. Hello, Mark.
I think this whole thing is ridiculous, you know what I mean? If you want to meet somebody, you can just go to a pub or to a club or something like that, you know?
Is that what you do, Mark?
Aye, certainly. I don't see the problem, you know.
And you have no trouble?
Aye, no trouble at all, you know. I mean, all you're doing is these dating agencies, you're just giving these people the money, you know what I mean? What are you giving them money for? You know, you want to meet somebody, you go to a club and meet somebody.
Not everybody wants to go into a club or a disco to meet somebody, and some people feel quite embarrassed doing this on their own.
But what's embarrassing about it? You know what I mean? You've got the lights.
It's not the sort of place they feel comfortable being in.
It's embarrassing. You hide your spots and all that if you go to any, you know?
If you're very young, it's perhaps easier, but if you're in your 30s or older, it's sometimes quite difficult to do this, and you don't necessarily feel very comfortable.
But I mean, most pubs hold over 40s nights, rock and roll nights, 60s nights, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm trying to get word in edgeways here.
It counts for everyone, doesn't it?
There is a stigma attached, isn't there, to people going to dating agencies?
Yes, and Caroline says
I don't think there is anymore.
Well, obviously.
I don't... He should just go down to... You know what I mean?
You!
I mean, where's your nearest night?
You've had your say. Thank you very much. I get the point.
I expect that Caroline probably does know some people who've used dating agencies, and probably quite satisfactorily, but because there is this stigma still, they probably haven't mentioned it.
Escort agencies, but I don't know anybody who's used dating agencies.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. This is the point. They won't necessarily tell you.
Pardon?
They won't necessarily tell you.
Whether they've employed an escort or
whether they've used an introduction agency. A lot of people keep it secret. Because there is this stigma, because people like you will judge them for it and think that there's something wrong with them.
No. I'm not judging them for it. I'm saying that I think that it's what you're encouraging is an idea of coupledom. I think what established culture is encouraging this idea of coupledom. In fact, it's better to have your own home, to have your own money, to control your own environment. And it's better tax-wise, it's better for your career, you can concentrate better on your work, and the idea that couples are a thing of the past.
This is still to be argued.
To do with dating agencies, though, because it's the same if you meet people down the pub. You're saying you don't believe in relationships, permanent relationships.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true.
Which is fair enough. That is a viewpoint. There's nothing to do with dating agencies.
That's reality. I think that if we live to be great ages nowadays, and I think we should be free to have as many experiences as possible.
But each of those times, if you wanted to have a new experience, you could do that through a dating agency, couldn't you?
But why spend £500 at a dating agency when you can go to meet our friend down the pub?
Can I have a word from Dave from Rotherhithe?
Hello.
Hello, Dave.
I'm on.
You're on.
I'd just like to say that, my personal view of dating agencies is that they are a little bit clinical. It takes most of the fun out of the whole situation. I mean, part of the fun of the process of meeting somebody is actually getting to know them.
Dave, thank you. That's a good point. It is you're kind of offering a shortcut to love, aren't you? That can't exist.
It is a shortcut. It's a shortcut through to the opportunity to meet people. It's not till you've actually met someone can you tell whether you've got background in common, outlook, chemistry, and all these things which go to make a relationship gel. You've got to actually meet them. And if you're not meeting them, then you've got no chance. And you can actually buy opportunity. I mean, in the old days, you had matchmakers, your family, local neighbourhood, all pairing you off at a young age with other people. Nowadays, those opportunities are denied, and people live very privatised, home-centred lives, and it is difficult to get out and go down the pub or whatever. It's not everybody's scene.
Okay, brief word from you, Daniel.
No, I think that's right. I think what you're doing is perhaps shortcutting. There's no guarantee. No. You've got to meet the people. You may not get on with them, but you are perhaps making some choices about the type of interests, type of outlooks, type of backgrounds.
Thank you, Caroline. Brief word from you.
Is Vinnie Jones on your dating agency?
Down girl. Anyway, thank you to my guests, Caroline Coon, Mary Balfour, and Daniel Clare. That's all we've got time for.
Well, for all those single people out there, we're going to get you in the mood with a little transcendental soul music to accompany our message line tonight. It's the new single by Innocence called Build.
just the way I feel. Your open-hearted attitude makes me feel uneasy. The wrong, what can I do? It takes one smile in the wrong direction. It drives me wild. I've got to take you far away. I'm gonna build another wall around us. I'm gonna make a fortress. I'm gonna build another wall around us. There's nothing that you can do, and no way that she can get to you. I've got to take you far away.
That invitation up a tree from Batman sounds interesting. Anyway, you too can get your messages on screen. But remember, we're looking for wit and originality, not just I love you, John. And the number to call is 0891 555525. Sam.
I apologise in advance to the people sitting in the front row of the audience, but it's out of my hands now. And by the way, we abdicate all responsibility for what's about to happen next. What more can I say except please welcome I Love Roses.
They're ordinary candy creams. They're more than just a couple of old square tarts on display here. We aim to give you the cream of your dreams. And the girls know, of course, that you won't be satisfied with a few morning rolls. So come. They'll lead you on around the shop and introduce you to all they have to offer.
Oh yes, we guarantee that you'll drool and dribble over our confection. We take pride in the service we provide. It's nicey and spicy and sweet.
Over on the right side, we find Ruby, who has just put out a couple of chestnut puffs. And I think she'll even let you have a bite. Come closer and take a nibble for free. Well, have I aroused your appetite?
Then look over here. Biba is about to give you a piece of hot frankfurt. But wait, no, she's going to put her delights in display first. Oh, they're soft and round and spongy, each with a firm chocolate nib in the center. And I see, so fresh that they're not yet firm to the touch. But you can always give them a bit of heat at home. So let your greedy eyes wander set to Ruby's side, glossing on the way of a brownie, dark and firm and just dripping with sticky fudge. Look at how it all flows into a gluey mess in the sheet. How often can you get so much fudge from a brownie?
Now what is Ruby gripping so tightly in her palm? Aha, it's her special. A long, crusty cream horn. And she'd like to show you just how crisp she's made it. Oh, that delicious cream it contains. She's getting quite excited, imagining it exploding into her mouth at first bite.
We've got to take a break now, but stay tuned, it gets worse.
Christmas, Woolworths is right up your street.
Water. Now more than ever before, we need to conserve it. We therefore recommend you avoid Phileas Fogg Extra Hot Tortilla Chips and stick to the cool ones, made with sour cream and aromatic spices and made in Medhamsley Road, Concert.
Yo, DJ, pump this party!
The best of Dance 92, Snap, Bizarre Inc., The Shaman, and much, much more. Hear it to believe it. The best of Dance 92.
A 200-mile drive up the M1 is not my idea of fun.
For Christmas, Woolworths is right up your street.
A new new sleek line from Studio Line. Now it's neat to be sleek. New sleek mousse, perfect sleek style. New mousse, easy to shape straight. Sleek shine, control. Studio Line, perfect look. New sleek gelée. Lasting hold, non-sticky, clean.
Stop your hair any way you like it.
New Studio Line Sleek Mousse and Jelly from L'Oreal.
If you radio rent when you're moving, it's a scheme you'll soon be approving. Get rid of that veteran. Upgrade to a veteran. Now that's what I call home improving. Stay contented. Get radio rented.
Next week is European Drug Prevention Week. Get the facts about drug prevention. Call this number for more information. Get the message.
A beer with no lingering aftertaste. Think about that the next time you're having your usual with a pickled egg.
Everyone's a fruit and nutcase. Race for the sun-ripened raisins.
Plump and fruity.
Boy, what a cutie.
Chunky, chunky almonds.
They're the secret of my beauty. Everyone's a fruit and nutcase. Maybe it's the tasty Cadbury's chocolate. Give it an ovation. What a combination. Cadbury's fruit and nut.
The greatest hits of 92. Number ones from Snap, KWS and Jimmy Nail. Plus The Shaman, Right Said Fred and Simply Red. 8 number ones, 32 top 10 hits. The greatest hits of 92. The story of the year.
No fear.
Up in the morning and out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. Shut up!
They're horrible. For Christmas, Woolworths is right up your street.
Desserts with thick chocolate strands and tempting cherry cream oozing
from the middle. I can promise you now that once you start
indulge, you won't be able to stop. Yes, lick those lips.
And here too are hot
pies to bring a glow to your cheeks and all sorts of fondants to tickle
your fancy. And they're also nice naughty.
Enough calories to scare a man stiff. You'll need to do some vigorous exercise to work it off. The girls in the shop get very hot indeed. And that's because of all the steaming and sizzling that goes on in creating such fancies. But they remain eager to please and are happy to be chained to the counter as long as clients are in need of their services. When day is over, they shall sweep and scrub and make more sensations behind closed doors in the soft half light.
And lastly, but mostly, the just dessert cheesecake. Prepare to order however you like it. Biba also has a stiff nutty version, and she's just scraping off all the cheese that has come off around the rim. But you can have yours in any flavor and with the icing of your choice.
Ruby has acquired quite a reputation for her toppings and carries them out in enormous cups. She has plenty of Italian sauce to give your fruity, nutty cheesecake that romantic Latin touch. here, Sticky Eyes Bun in your front pocket. Hoping to take advantage of the innocent girls while their backs were turned? Oh, you're a naughty boy.
You're a naughty, naughty boy. And you know what happens to naughty boys.
Well, I'm so well out of that. Thanks to I Love Roses. In a moment, Anastasia will be talking to a Ghostbuster. Yes, such people really exist, and we get them all on this show. So if you want to share a supernatural experience, ring now on 071 757 7000. But now it's time for James with a quick update of the competition.
OK, well, apart from a quick update of the competition, give us the bits and pieces. Thanks, folks. Girls, now, for goodness sake, get off here. Apart from that, I have to clean up the studio as well. But it's not going too badly. I believe people are actually phoning in. And if you want to know what you have to phone in about, well, it's a question about the film Peter's Friends, OK? Now, Emma Thompson, star of the film, is married to one of the guys. Is it Stephen Fry, Kenneth Branagh or Hugh Laurie? If you think you know, and I'm sure that you do, the number to ring is 0891 500 175. And if you'd like the girls to come round and smother you with what's left on the floor, they'll probably come over as well, I think. Now, Stash, I think it's over to you.
Thank you, James.
I'll get on cleaning up.
Yes. If you want to talk to my next guest, call 071 757 7000. Now, when you think of a Ghostbuster, most of you will imagine Dan Aykroyd charging around with a vacuum cleaner, hoovering up ghosts. Well, our next guest is a little more sophisticated. For the last 20 years, his psychic powers have helped him to communicate with ghosts, exorcise poltergeists. He's even confronted the devil. So if you've had a psychic experience, you've seen a ghost, or you are one, get dialing now. Please welcome ghost investigator and researcher, Graham Wiley. Now, Graham, is your job anything like the Ghostbusters, the movie that we saw?
At times, it's 10 times worse. That's the easy side. Ghosts are nice and simple for me. But when I get into poltergeist, curses and witchcraft, that's when I'm at risk.
So what's the difference between the two?
Well, a ghost is basically a person who has had their life severed and they remain as an earthbound spirit. They leave unfinished business. They haunt a place just to create their identity. A poltergeist is slightly different. During their childhood, they were abused, tortured, and when they die, their mind becomes revengeful, and they want to get you out of the house on a 3-year cycle. The first year is fear, the second year is the movement of objects.
But will they actually harm somebody, these
Yes, they will. They won't.
Is there any
kill
evidence that they've ever harmed
Yes.
or...
There's no evidence that anybody has been killed, but they'll push you down the stairs. I've had lamp standards swung up my arm, bruise me. Doors will slam in your face, your nose will get broken. They'll even cut the earth wires on electrical appliances so you can get a bad shock.
So what's the scariest experience you've ever had?
A poltergeist on the edge of Dartmoor, 7 feet tall, that wanted to rip my head off.
Now that is a lot for people to believe, and I am afraid I'm a bit of a cynic. Have you, after 20 years on, have you got any evidence at all?
Yes, we got many photographs, and I work with scientists,
But nothing
professors.
on tape? Nothing bagged up?
What do you mean, in sound?
Yeah.
Yes, well, on the edge of Dartmoor, we got a sound there that absolutely freaked me out. The guy reckoned it was the devil. Now, he'd put the tape in a wardrobe and he put a rope round it. He was that frightened of it. When I played it, we still can't explain why, when he was spreading his mother's ashes and saying a poem, this tremendous, horrible roar came out. But when you work with scientists, seismologists and people like that who are getting scientific evidence, and I worked for NASA for 17 years, so I looked from the...
But how does it actually work? How do you get rid of them?
A form of exorcism, not like the church. I'm not a deeply religious person. I'm a Christian and I believe. That's as far as I go with religion.
But what sort of equipment do you use? You haven't got anything here.
No, at the beginning, and an amateur ghostbuster, in fact, has things like a tape recorder because the body temperature drops, a camera to capture the film, tape recorder to activate sound so that you can get proof. But over a period of time, you've developed what's known as a sixth sense. We all have this, where now I can walk into a place and while somebody makes a cup of coffee, I'll go and tell them if they've got a ghost. I get that kind of feeling.
But we can't all see ghosts and hear them or experience them, can we?
No, one in 12 of the public, and that's 50,000 in this country, can actually experience a ghost. Not a sighting, a feeling or a scenting, where, for example, you'll smell roses and there's no roses in the room. This is a reconstruction of a particular relative so that you can identify them.
Now, I have to ask, is there one in this building?
Yes, there is.
Now, you're not just saying that.
No,
just
when
to
I came
excite
to the
them.
reception earlier on this evening, and mind you, the researcher had said, if you feel anything, let me know. There is a lady here, and she's very distressed about her child, and
What?
it goes back to the last century.
In this, here?
Yes, she is. And I felt this when I came in, but I've had no time to go on to
What
to
do you
that.
feel? Do your temperature drops and your hair's stand?
Yeah, basically there's 4 or 5 ways of telling. The hair goes up on the back of the neck. Most people get this. The next check is to pull your sleeve back, and the hairs are like they're starched on your arm. Your eyes water, you then get pins and needles, and you're riveted to the spot, and you cannot move for about 30 seconds. You are in the presence of a ghost then.
Now, if 1 in 12 people can experience this, anyone in the audience feels that way? No. They don't have that feeling that you have. Let's hold it there, and let's go to Herbert from Dulwich. Hello, Herbert.
Hello, yes.
Yes.
I'll be very interested in what the gentleman is saying. I have to say I totally disagree with him, and I think he's dealing in very, very dangerous material. There is one ghost, and that is the Holy Ghost. And what this gentleman is in, well, he may well pull faces, but what this gentleman is dabbling in is the work of the devil, and it's as simple as that. I belong to the Spiritualist Church for many, many years, and we believe in the power of the Spirit and the Holy Ghost, and that is what shines through people. And by dabbling in these very, very dangerous things, you're encouraging people to deal with Satan and the devil.
Wonderful question. I wonder why I'm booked solidly for all spiritual churches to give talks. It seems rather strange. You, in fact, feel that people should not be helped. When I am called by an 80-year-old lady who's been haunted by a ghost, thinks she's going insane, I go and explain it. And she's calmed down, so much so when I go out of the door, she throws her arms around my neck and said, "You've relieved me of an illness. I shouldn't do that. I don't think your attitude is the Christian one." Thank you very much for calling.
All right. Okay, the camera. Jeremy from Kingston.
Hi there.
Hi.
Well, I have to say I completely disagree with the last caller.
Have you experienced a ghost? Have you seen
yeah,
one?
my house is just, well, weird. I mean...
Tell us.
It's nuts. I mean, I go to bed at night and I come down and, you know, there's stuff all over the table and things have happened. I mean, I must admit, I'm only like 23. I'm not some 80-year-old bloke. But, yeah...
What other things are happening? Things all over the table? Noises?
Oh, all sorts. I mean...
Have you had anyone come in and do anything about it?
I come in and I smell beer. I mean, I don't know what's been going on in my house.
Tony Graham? What is
Jeremy, I quite agree. So have I. There's more than one kind of spirit, definitely. But what he's in fact experiencing is very common because things are moved. It's a thing called psychokinesis. It's the materialization of objects. And this is done by energy, and the energy is caused by an earthbound spirit. This is very common.
Poltergeist or ghost?
No, this is ghost. A poltergeist is entirely different. If somebody calls me up and said, all the light bulbs are popping out in my house, and I'm not even touching them, I've got a poltergeist. If those light bulbs are exploding, it's a poltergeist. If you can put them back and they light up again, it's a ghost. Ghosts are harmless.
Mischievous.
That's right.
All right,
Poltergeists
we've
are
got a
different.
lady online who thinks she's with a ghost. Julie from Hammersmith. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Julie.
Hello. What's your question?
It's not so much a question, but I think I've got a ghost with me, actually. It's a young boy, and he's in the room now.
How do you...
What feelings have you got, Julie? What makes you feel this way?
I just get a feeling. It's something that I've had for the last year. My flatmate has actually seen him. I haven't, but I have sensed that there's something in the room.
Invariably, a person who feels they haven't got the sixth sense ability will feel something like a pair of invisible eyes watching them, and this is exactly what this lady is.
Are you scared?
Things have moved in the flat when I have been scared by the movement in the room.
But you think it's a friendly ghost, basically? Yeah.
You don't feel at risk?
So. Disturbed. I would imagine it's quite disturbed because of the movement.
Do you want somebody to get rid of it, or are you quite happy to live with it?
I'm not sure, actually. I think...
She's quite happy.
Well, it sounds like you're quite happy, but if you change your mind, give me a call.
Graham, I have to ask that we've got a box here.
Well, it's Friday the 13th, and I thought the audience here... Right. We've spoken about ghosts, and people are very sceptical, but let me just tell you a very quick story. 18 years ago in a cottage in Devon, a builder was renovating. He pulled down a wall and he found a little casket, and inside was a skeleton, 9 3/4 inches tall. He thought it was a baby, gave it to his labourer. He said, I don't want this. The labourer, in fact, sold it to a baker. The baker put it in his bakery for 8 years, and then people started getting interested. And in fact, everybody who took it home either had their marriage break up, they got incurable disease, attempted suicide, murder, and, in fact, a Home Office pathologist checked it out and said, this has been shrunk by witchcraft. The man is 40 years old.
Can you see this on the camera?
Everybody who has opened that.
Now, why is that so small? That's not a man.
The Home Office pathologist checked it right the way through, and it's a perfectly formed man, and he put the age at 40 years of age, and he dated it back to 1750. Afterwards, I had quite a lengthy talk with him, and he said, this is going on to this present day.
Well, what is it? It's a witch, curse on it.
It has been shrunk. And when I was in Bangkok filming earlier on this year, I was telling a gentleman there who's head of the Psychic Society, and he turned round, not surprised in the slightest, and said, this is going on to this very day. You know what they do? I said, no. He said, the witch doctors extract the calcium out of the bones and the body shrinks over the years.
But why is it bringing all this bad luck to people?
Well, it was cursed in 1750. We've been able to check that. And the curse actually stays in this box.
But it's brought you good luck.
Yes.
But if I touched it without you...
I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't put anybody at risk. Because for all of those years, tragedy befell everybody who opened this. And 4 mediums came to you one time and they said, you've got to take it away from this guy, it's going to kill him. I told him, he said, oh, don't be daft. A year later, he came to me screaming because 2 bakers had incurable diseases and his son was dying. I took it from him. Within 3 weeks, they were all right, out of hospital, and I've never had any bad luck since.
Does anyone want to try it tonight? Does anyone want to touch it?
Open the box.
We've got a brave person over there. Let's go to the last call. Nathan from Wembley. Hello, Nathan.
Hi, yeah, I'd just like to say, I think it's like he's doing it all for money, and Justin Frieden is a 20-year-old queer who is a complete and utter wanker.
What would you like to say to that?
Very spooky.
Well, thank you very much for coming in tonight.
It's been a pleasure.
Round of applause for Graham. Thank you. You can take that
away. The last caller should leave the name and address of his charm school. Now for Ranter's Corner, and ranting on a fairly serious note tonight is Dave. Take it away, Dave.
It has been revealed that the parent company of Vauxhall Motors has been conducting disturbing animal experiments. Over the last 10 years, General Motors in the United States has killed nearly 20,000 animals in crash tests, impact studies, and other experiments. Pigs have been strapped to sleds and accelerated into brick walls. Ferrets have had the tops of their skulls removed and steel rods punched into their brains. Dogs have had their chests opened and steel discs impacted into their hearts. These experiments are not only cruel and callous, they are also totally unnecessary. General Motors is the only car manufacturer in the world conducting animal experiments. All of the other car makers use humane alternatives, such as human dummies and data from real-life accidents. General Motors seems to have an almost medieval view of animals, seeing them as objects to use as they wish, as they please, with no regard for their suffering. Well, we're not living in the Middle Ages, and it's time that General Motors got into the 20th century with the other car manufacturers. Vauxhall should bring pressure to bear on GM to end these tests. If they don't, they could well find that many people will no longer wish to buy their cars.
Whatever you've got to say, within reason, of course, this is your chance to say it. Just call 0891 55 5525, and who knows, as long as you're interesting, it could be you next week. This is the end of part 2. Join us after the break, if you like. Welcome back. During the break, our computer selected the very lucky competition winner, and it is John Sleeman from Wood Green. Congratulations.
Hello.
Hello. What was the answer?
Number 3.
Oh, go on. What was it? Just
I can't remember. It was a guess.
Kenneth Branagh. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you've won. This is my lovely assistant.
He hasn't
gonna-
won at all.
I
He
have.
No, because he didn't get it right. We will send you, however, this,
What is
this is very nice. I got this before the show. This is a little bottle of male stripper sweat. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Very, very nice.
Splash it about.
You splash it about because you know a little later on. And we've also got in here another tape from the Palace, but this one hasn't actually been listened to yet.
Oh, lovely.
So you could make some money out of it.
Thanks very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we
there
might
you
as well
go.
give him the
Have
whole lot,
fun.
I suppose.
Over to Anastasia.
Thank you. Earlier on in the show, we sent Dave off in the Lovemobile to get Sheila. Well, let's take a look and see what happened.
Come on, Sheila. Come on, Sheila. I can't hang about. Come on, there's 50 women back at the studio. I'll be gone. I'll give you one more chance. And Anastasia's back there as well. Oh, I've got to go back to the studio. There's more women back there. I can't hang about here. Come on.
Oh, Dave! Dave, what happened?
It's Friday the 13th, isn't it?
It really is. But that was for true. I mean, there was nobody there. How long did you go bashing at that door for?
Oh, at least 5 or 10 seconds.
Oh, no, I'm very sorry. Now, listen, we've got a whole load of single people here
I
tonight.
know, sweetheart. I
Yeah,
know.
they're over there, so maybe we can pick one over there. Yeah? Come on, let's have a look.
Anastasia, honest, sit down,
No,
sweetheart.
come on,
Anastasia,
let's
sit down, sweetheart. Honest.
Come on. Come on, there are lots of girls over there. Yeah?
She wouldn't let me down. She wouldn't let me down. She wouldn't let me down twice, would she?
Oh, dear, I feel so guilty. Come on, let's
come
go over
on.
there and choose someone. Come on. Yes, are you keen? He's
Oh, she's
lovely.
keen, look.
Calm down. She's lovely. Okay, so what are you going to pick? Come back to the... Listen. Yeah. What are you going to pick? Well, we've got either this lover's guide, 10-hour version on how to have better sex, or we've got tickets to see Radio Times at the Queen's Theatre in London with Tony Slattery. Do you like him?
Yeah, I have the tickets.
No hanging about here. Well, be a gentleman. You want the tickets. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much for saving the day. Well done.
Well, there we are. What do you want to do now? No competition? I think we did that. Hang on, just just a minute. Okay, can we just check the? No. Listen. Check. Come here. Sorry, just take a couple of calls.
It's your little bit on
Can
your
I do
own
it now?
Yeah,
Oh,
take
okay.
the lover's guide.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll have the lover's guide as well, and that's it. Right. Thank you very much indeed. Now, if you want to call in, you know the number coming up on the screen. Because I've forgotten what it was. What was it? Oh, yes, 071 757 7000. Now, if you want to have a chat, give us a ring. I was going to get serious, but after what we've done tonight, I don't think we can. I would like to know what you think about General Motors and their ridiculous business of strapping. I mean, I know some people at the top there laughed, and it was quite funny, I suppose. But you imagine that they actually do strap live animals onto trailers and then run them into walls to see what kind of impact would happen to a human body. It really is quite disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Robin from Windsor. Hello, Robin.
Hello.
Hi, sit down. Is that okay, Robin?
How are you?
I'm okay. Now, Robin, what can we talk about tonight?
Well, I was actually just ringing about the gentleman that's just on, because I'm actually a vampire hunter.
You're a vampire hunter?
Yes.
Yes.
This is true. I was quite upset.
What do we
by
look for, by the way, in a vampire? I mean, do you know what we look for?
Yes, I mean, most people, with vampires, if you look, they've got no nose, because if you bury a vampire properly, you have to bury them face down.
Oh, so they have no nose?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the nose rots first, obviously.
Sure, I'm looking around. We've got a strange audience, actually, and I'm wondering...
Go back with that camera. I can see one there.
Where?
There. Right
Show me
there,
which
in the
way.
middle, in the middle.
That one up there?
That's the one.
Okay, where's that camera pointing? That's over there.
Open the mouth a bit wider.
Can we stand up? Can we get that lady to stand up?
Yeah, that's the one. That's
Which?
the one.
Let's have a look there. Oh, that one there.
Yeah.
Can you just lean forward a bit? Are you a vampire?
No.
You're sure? No, she's terribly far back. Anyway, thank you for your call. Okay, Kevin from Aberdeen.
Hello.
Kevin, nice to talk to you.
Hello.
Nice to know that somebody's up there. I'm going to walk over here. Okay, Kevin, what's going on?
Well, the issue that I'm concerned about is about the Chancellor's statement earlier this week. The Chancellor's statement earlier this week.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that as well, but...
Right, it managed to provide so little for the poor of the world.
Yeah.
The help for the homeless was minimal. And in terms of what happened to claimants, they say that benefits arose in line with inflation, yet the next day, in fact, they hit claimants in other ways by actually trying to reduce the number of people who can claim benefits.
Okay, the problem is, though, serious point, the problem is that they spend so much time wondering about fraudulent claims and very little time in actually telling people what they're entitled to claim.
Yeah,
and the fraudulent claims is not as big a problem. You're absolutely right. Thank you for your call. Sean from St Albans, you all right there? Okay, are we okay here? I just came over here because sitting on that ridiculous thing over there really is painful. Do you know that? You imagine it's quite an easy life sitting on that. It isn't. Okay, Sean, hello.
Hello, good evening, James.
Yes, Sean,
How
hi.
are you doing? Listen, the last guy that was on talking about mistreatment of animals and all that sort of thing,
yes.
I fully agree that it's not a particularly nice thing to do. But I'm more concerned, and I think people should be more concerned with the way that we're treating our fellow human beings.
Now, I think that's a very good point. Could I put a point to you about that? I mean, you're probably talking, I hope, about what's happening in former Yugoslavia and what's happening in Africa as well.
Yeah, in particular.
Okay, there's a little funny thing, I think, in the papers today. You know that they've just awarded a guy £8,000 because he was caned at school. Did you hear that?
I did indeed.
I mean, this is a little worrying that they got nothing better to do than award somebody who got caned at school about 10 years ago £8,000.
I think it is also important for people who consider themselves to be civilized, as in the Western world, to start trying to put across a way whereby people who are being mistreated, people who are being starved, people who are being...
what do you think we should do about it? We haven't got all night, but what do you think we should do about it?
I think we should give more power to the United Nations. I think that's the main way.
Hang on just 1 minute. Could the director just get the frog out of his throat because he's in my ear? Could you just cough? All right, Chris, have a good cough. Is that okay? That's good. Okay, fine.
Is that better?
Say that again.
I think we should try and give more power to the United Nations. The only way in which we as human
but unfortunately nations are not united, and the fact that they all sit round, they still disagree with each other.
Yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and there's no reason why because of different colours, different religions, we should start fighting with each other.
Yeah, but the really annoying thing, though, is that here we are, Yugoslavia, they're committing atrocities over there, the like that have not been seen since the Second World War. I think we all agree with that. They were quite happy to go into Kuwait and help the Kuwaitis out. Nobody has gone anywhere near there. What on earth are we doing? I agree. Thank you for your call. I'm going to go back over there a little bit and talk to Neil from... You don't mind, do you?
No, it's
I've got to go back over here, otherwise we'll mess up the rest of the programme. Neil, hello.
Yeah, hello,
yes, Neil.
James. I'm here. Yeah,
are you there, Neil?
Yeah.
Okay,
I just
fine.
wanted to say to you, that I think you're a big fat...
Neil, that's enough. Thank you very much indeed. No, I'm sorry, Neil. No, Neil. Look, Neil... Swivel. Okay, now, here's a little light note to end up on. Apparently, in a lot of the newspapers this week, women don't find hairy men attractive anymore. Okay, and I was getting quite excited. And my friend, can we get a shot of him up in the top row over there? Can you see? Very nice indeed. Very good. There, yes, good bloke. What a handsome man you are, sir. What a handsome man you are. No, that's not what they meant. Apparently, hairy chests and hairy legs and hairy arms in men is out, and a lot of men are getting their chests waxed. I wonder if anybody here has had their chest waxed lately, or if any... Do women actually find... do women find hairy men, body hair, unattractive? Yeah. Well, you can all go home on your own, so that's all I'm going to say. Bob from Harlow. Hi, Bob.
Hello, I'm just talking about the animal question now. I think it's pointless throwing animals through windscreens. when everyone knows that they belong under the wheels
Bob,
of the car.
you are a pillar. Thank you. Before, it's not funny. It isn't funny. Emma from Chelsea. Emma, you're obviously slightly more sensible, are you?
I certainly hope so, James.
I do too.
My question to you and the audience is, do you think John Major would be more attractive to the public if he was to have an affair with someone apart from his wife?
Well, I don't know. We don't know for certain that he is having an affair with his wife, but let's for argument's say he is, then I don't know. I mean, is there anybody here who fancies the Prime Minister? No. I mean, no. Okay.
Since he supports the classless society,
of course
how about someone like, sort of a catering manager? Do you think this would be
You're not Mrs. Major, are you? You're not. I mean, I know you're having a party over the weekend down at Checkers, and handbags aren't allowed, so that lets a lot of us out. You're not sort of, No, you're not.
I'm not. I'm
You're not.
sorry. But I
You're
really
sure?
would like to know the public's opinion on this.
On whether or not Mr. Major would be more acceptable if he was having it off with somebody
Yes,
other than his
really.
wife. We couldn't care less, actually, basically. All right, thank you very much indeed. One thing is causing me a problem. I only got about 30 seconds to go. Follow me over here. And that is, I don't know who this guy is here, but he is... Look at this. Look. Have you seen this? Talk about bad taste. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know where to put myself. Anyway, I think probably this is the exciting bit where the bloke over there sort of does all this and winds up. So we will hand now to... Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Oh, over there. You ready? Okay.
Yeah,
right, Samantha, it's over to you.
Cheers. Well, that's it for tonight then. Thanks to James Whale and all our other guests. And join us next week for what, Anastasia?
Yes, because we'll be looking at phobias. So if the idea of being stuck in a lift with a spider or James Whale sends you crazy, tune in and we'll have more live music and comedy. But we'll leave you now with Gita De Palma singing This Is the Right Time.
Come on, let's play tonight. You and me, and let's just do it right.
Everybody keeps saying, sugar, that I shouldn't be with you. But you're my sweet sensation, my liberation from the guy that I once knew. What am I, baby? Am I, baby? Tender love makes me feel so good. And if we try to make it better, time doesn't matter. Well, let's just do it right. Ooh, this is the right time, baby. Right time, baby. Ooh, this is the right time, baby. Well, well, well. Come on, let's party tonight. You and me, and let's just do it right. Everybody keeps saying, sugar, that I should get rid of you. That you bad vibrations, a compensation for the guy that I once knew. But oh my baby, it's you that I dream at night. And if we try to make it better, time doesn't matter. Well, let's just do it right. Ooh, this is the right time, baby. Well, this is the right time, my man. Ooh, this is the right time, baby. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ooh. Uh-huh. Yeah. You all the night to make me feel alright. When we do it together, it should last. Boy, you're such delight. You're my sweet taboo, you're my only true. And that I must confess, that you are my obsession, my sweet possession. With you I have no rest. Ah. Well, well, well. Come on,
Everybody wants to have another life. Everybody wants to live another life. And I want to live with you, with you, with you. Everybody wants to have another try. Everybody wants to live another life. And I want to live with you. This is the right time, baby.
Weekend. Sorry, the show's finished. Yeah, madam, we're looking forward to the program is live.